So this altercation happened yesterday on Twitter. Tyreek Hill posted, #Houday, we rooting for you today. And Orlando Brown Jr. responded, we are not rooting for you tomorrow. So obviously if we would have lost last night, we would have knocked out ourselves in the playoffs, but also the Colts and the Dolphins, because they couldn't make the playoffs if we would have lost. The Broncos would have gotten the last playoff spot, so that is what it is. Now, of course, for us to make the playoffs, we need the Colts and Dolphins to lose one of two games. We need the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs, and we need to beat the Steelers. Now, in order for the Colts or the Dolphins to make the playoffs, all they need is to win out, and then they need the Broncos to go ahead and lose their Chiefs game, and that's it. Now, both of them need the other party to lose one of two. So, like, the Dolphins win out, they need the Colts to lose one of two. So that's kind of the situation we're in right now, and it's funny because it's this time of the year where we're all in a curmudgeon state of, I want you to win, no, I want you to win, no, I want you to, like, it's a back and forth. And the first comment on here is, you'll be a Bengal at some point in your career. I do not want Tyreek Hill. I disagree with this comment completely. Tyreek Hill, we do not need Tyreek Hill. First off, he costs way too much money. Second off, he's like 30 plus years old. And third off, it just isn't really logical because he literally said he's going to retire, I think, in 2027 or something to start being a Twitch streamer. So I do not want him. It wouldn't make logical sense. I'd rather take the money and spend it on defense, especially because we're going to go out there and pay T. Higgins. We're going to go out there and pay Jamar Chase. You're not going to pay 30 plus million for another receiver. It just isn't in the cards. But what is in the cards is this right here, which is the ESPN playoff prediction situation. So as always, I'm not making a separate video for this because there's no point to. This is just for those who are curious or those who might not know. But yes, right now we sit at right outside the 7th seed in the playoff picture. But the Colts today, they're not going to have Anthony Richardson, which means they potentially could lose. If they do go ahead and lose today, which would be a beautiful, beautiful sight, we also would love to see the Dolphins lose today and the Brownies win. If those two things happen, all we need to happen is we need to beat the Steelers and we need the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs. And we're in. Again, it's crazy because we are on the cusp of making the playoffs. We are. We are on the cusp of getting the job done and finishing what we started for this season. And it just goes to show, no matter what happens to us, no matter what we go through and how bad this season was, we are always in the thick of things at the end of the year. And that's exactly where we are right now. The amount of times that people have said our season's over this year is insane. There's been our season's over arc 7 times this year, it feels like. It's not 7, it's probably like 3 or 4. But it's been countless times this year. And at this point, listen, I know, I get it. You know, this season's been rough. But all you have to do is get in the playoffs. And again, like I said, this is our scenario. Again, what happens if they tie? Okay, so hold up. They don't put this in the scenario thing. But if those two teams tie, we still get in the... Wait. What if the Colts win the final week? Okay. We're still in. So if somehow, some way, the Colts and Giants and Dolphins and Browns tie, this is a new scenario. We are still in the playoffs. But I think if we tie the Steelers, it all equals out to the Broncos are in the playoffs, even with the Broncos losing. But what if the Broncos tie? Then the Broncos get in no matter what. Okay, so in scenarios, if today we walk out today with the Colts and the Dolphins tying their games, we actually, all we need, it's the same thing as a loss. So they actually, what they should say, and they're not saying this, they should say, we need the Colts and Dolphins to lose 1 and 2 games or to tie 1 and 2 games. What if they tie next week? Is it the same concept? Where are the Colts? Colts game, they tie. Okay, Dolphins game. Yeah. So it's a loss, 1 loss, or they both tie 1 of the 2 games. Or they can lose 1 of the 2 games. So that's kind of crazy. Technically speaking, that's a different scenario. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.